All right, Sarah, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. So one of the things that we're able to do with this book is dedicate 10% of the proceeds back to the Community Assist Program, which is obviously near and dear to your heart. Talk about that program, how it started, the value of it, what you do with it.
Yeah, so I can't take full credit for starting it. That actually goes back to David Faust and his wife Kelly and the GCG Bag supporters group. They had initially kind of got it started well before Save the Crew was even a thing, really, and they wanted to give back to the community, and they recognize that obviously soccer is a universal language, and it's just so well known over the world and throughout so many different groups and people and teams all over the world. And so when so they had initially worked with CRIS community refugee and
Refugee
immigration
Integration Services.
services. Yep. And so they had just such a great experience bringing all of these kids to the games that loved soccer and had never been to a professional soccer game. And so when things really started picking up with Save the Crew, one of the huge things we noticed that the previous ownership, or that the ownership at the time wasn't really doing,
Mhm.
was community engagement. That had really been a value of the Columbus Crew since its inception, and then that kind of started to taper off, and we really noticed, like, we need to show, like, this is something that the team can do or should be doing to
Mhm.
engage with all sorts of members of the community. And so that was just something that I had some experience with fundraising and some of my different jobs over the years, and community engagement. And so they passed the torch to me and said we could make this bigger and better. And so I ran with it.
Yeah, it's a great program. And of course, most of these kids probably wouldn't even have a chance otherwise to go to a game.
No, probably not. Unfortunately, it's something that can be really expensive, and when you factor in a whole family, it adds up. And so through the generosity of so many different people, whether it was season ticket holders who said, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to make this match. I'll donate the ticket to you, to your group," or people, once this really started getting out there, everyone wanted to know, what can I do? What can I do? How can I donate? And so people would just buy tickets and donate
Wow.
all the tickets to us. And I think we probably had maybe about 600 or so tickets over the course of the Save the Crew time. And so it was just so cool. It
Yeah.
was so cool getting, and I would go to the matches and meet some of these groups and meet some of the kids, and meet some of their teachers. And so it was just really awesome. And I think it really showed the community that here's what this team should be doing. And if we take away this team, not only are we taking away a professional sports team, but a huge potential opportunity for community engagement.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the rewarding aspect of helping kids like this is just incredible, right? I mean, it's that keeps you working hard.
It did, and really, it was so much fun. And not only would we do the ticket donations, but we did all sorts of donation drives, and
Yeah.
it was just really cool to see directly how it helped people all over the community, whether it was for the Chris group, whether it was for the Hiltonia Middle School, KIPP Columbus High School,
Mhm.
Van Buren Shelter, Gladden Community House. It was just doing all of these really cool initiatives, donation drives, school supplies drives, things
Yeah.
of that nature.
So what's it like now? I mean, with COVID, we're recording this, the book launch during COVID. In case anybody sees this in the time capsule, 100 years from now. So, and of course, there aren't any fans or limited number. Sunday there were some, but how's it been this year without being able to send the kids to games?
Major bummer under the circumstances, but we know that as soon as when it's safe, when we all as a group feel that it's safe, we'll definitely pick it back up and get right back to where we were. We will be working more with the torch will be passed from Save the Crew to the Nordeca, which is already doing. They were already doing so many of these different things too, so it was a really really easy transition to say, okay, how are we going to continue this? That was the obvious solution. So
now, so are you going to stay involved when that happens?
Definitely, definitely.
Okay.
Yep, it was. I mean, it's just so much fun, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I know there are a lot of people in the Nordic leadership who are really excited to get this going and work as a team.
Yeah, and when you put all the supporter groups together and all the energy of all the groups, that's a lot of muscle behind this.
Yeah, exactly. And it reaches, like you said, it kind of gets to different groups and different people in the stadium too. And so not just in the supporter group, but we can figure out ways to get to the, all parts of the stadium.
Yeah, well, of course, we mentioned 10% of the proceeds of the book sales go to the Community Assist program. So that's a fundraising drive in a sense.
Absolutely.
It's one more motivation to sell books. So anyone buying a book from my website, savethecrewbook.com, that donation is made. So we hope that, probably no fans or limited number of fans the rest of this year, but hopefully we kick next season off with, full stadium again, and then the new stadium will come on and hopefully we'll have a nice bank of funds to support the program.
Yep, that'll be so awesome, and I can't wait to see some of the kids' faces when they see this new stadium.
Oh, gosh.
We'll all be there in awe.
Tell us. So one of the things is that the team now, the new ownership and the new regime, of course, they're going to work with you. I mean, the crew was working with you in terms of putting tickets in bunches and that kind of thing. That's going to continue, right?
Oh,
so
definitely.
Get together and
we really had a group of people that we worked with that were kind of like on the inside at the time, and now that with the new ownership, they are incredibly engaged and really just looking to work together and do whatever they can do to help. And so I know there will be all sorts of really cool partnerships, and they've already done a bunch of really fantastic things. The mini pitches that they've put at the different schools, and so they're really just excited to share this project.
Terrific. It'll be fun to see it continue on and continue to grow, and all the great work you do. That's just terrific. So hey, thanks so much for
Thank
talking.
you.
All right, see ya. Ciao.
Yeah.